Here to unpack all of this is Missouri Senator Eric Schmitt. Senator, it's great to see you tonight. Let me just start with a simple question. Did this ruling by the Supreme Court today weaken Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act, or did it put it in its proper constitutional perspective?
It put it in its proper constitutional perspective. There was some speculation that they would throw that out altogether, and essentially what the Supreme Court said is, as applied to these congressional districts, you can't draw a district based on race. And so it kind of puts it right back to where it should have always been, which is to prevent racial discrimination when you put these maps together. The Democrats don't like that. They want illegal immigrants, obviously they're counted in the census. They want to be able to gerrymander districts as they like based on race. And there's investigations right now to launder money through Act Blue. And so their whole facade of this AstroTurf campaign they have that's propped them up for a while is kind of falling apart. But this is sound legal judgment by the justices here. This is the way it's always meant to be. You can look, the redistricting process has always been political. Obviously, it's inherently political. It just can't be based on race. You can't discriminate against one particular race just because you want a map. And the Democrats are upset because that's what they want to do, and the court said you can't do that anymore.
All right, so they're very upset. And Chuck Schumer is now saying that they're announcing their creation of an elections task force today, okay? So they're citing Republican threats to the midterms. Here's what they say. Listen to this.
We have known the danger we face in our elections. Donald Trump and the Republicans realized that if the election were held fairly, that the likelihood is that they would lose and we would win. We see the need for it just today in today's Supreme Court decision, which was a despicable decision that is a return to Jim Crow.
Senator, a return to Jim Crow. He's not the only one who said that. That to me, it's not just hyperbolic language, but it's the incendiary kind of rhetoric that we're talking about so much this week. They cannot let it go, Senator.
They can't. And you just heard extremist MAGA Republicans and threats to democracy. They use this language. I mean, they don't have anything else to talk about, Ryan. This is really all they have. They're an intellectually bankrupt party that is used to cheating in elections. And they're now losing a lot of those ways to cheat. And so we're getting a rebalancing here because they've lost the case of the American people. They want illegal immigrants to vote in this country. They want to gerrymander these districts based on race, and they want to have foreign money laundered through Act Blue. That's their game plan, and they're being thwarted. So this is the right decision today. Chuck Schumer can cry all he wants. I was actually on the Senate floor when he gave a similar speech. It was nauseating. I think it may have took years off my life actually listening to Chuck Schumer talk about that. But he's at it again. It's not going to change. Trump derangement syndrome knows many forms, and this is another example of that.
Can I level with you on one thing, though? Just work with me on this one. Yeah. I do think this whole gerrymander thing makes me feel like I'm kind of a pawn on a chessboard as a voter, okay? I get crammed in over here, and then I get crammed in over here, and it feels like a game that works for politicians, but voters just kind of feel instrumental in all of this. Do you think we can get to a place where we don't have to have this back and forth, redraw the maps with lobster claws and snakes and all the different shapes that we're getting right now?
I think it'd be great, every 10 years at least. I mean, states can redistrict within the 10 years within the census, but this is a process that happens. And obviously having maps that make sense, that you have contiguous communities connected, those are all things that go into map drawing. But look, the Democrats, I'll be honest, they've been playing this game for a very long time. Look at the Northeast. Yeah. Look at the Northeast part of this country. There's not a single Republican representing that entire region of the United States with millions and millions of people. So the Democrats have been playing this game for a long time. Republicans have sort of saddled up. It's a political contest. But what the court did today was actually make a legal determination that you can gerrymander, and people may like it, they may not like it. You can do it for political reasons. You just can't make those districts based on race. And right. I think that's a very important thing to make sure we hold to.
Agreed on that. I want to get your take on this. This is one of my favorite exchanges that I've seen in a while on Capitol Hill earlier this week between EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin and Congresswoman Rosa DeLauro. Just take a listen.
I understand you're upset that you don't know what Loper Bright is. Do you know what the major policies doctrine is?
I'm upset because
You know what the major policies doctrine is?
You're here because you need money from us. So halt for the second and wait for the questions and answer the questions. Listen, and what you want to do is to deny.
No, I actually read the law. I do my homework.
Really?
You're just somebody who likes to have the microphone on. You know what I have to do? I read the law. I read the Supreme Court cases.
Senator, I'm fine if a congresswoman doesn't agree with something, but when she doesn't know one of the hallmark Supreme Court decisions of recent years, can't even place it in her mind, we're dealing not with incompetence, but just straight ignorance.
Yeah, it's embarrassing for her. That clip went viral. It's very embarrassing. And Commissioner Zeldin was right. One of the seminal cases in the last couple of years was this Loper Bright case that overturned what's referred to as Chevron deference, meaning that these so-called experts, okay, they don't get to decide what the law is. The law is what the law, and the courts will interpret that. And so it gets us back to a place where the administrative state doesn't have these superpowers, that they're not in charge of writing new laws by issuing some new rule. And so what he's doing is he's adhering to the law, and she doesn't like it because liberal bureaucrats in the past would just make stuff up. Yep. And the court has said recently you can't do that anymore. Actually, I authored the post-Chevron working group document. What can the legislature do now? Can we be more prescriptive? How can we continue to empower the legislative branch, not the administrative state? Maybe I'll drop off a copy for the Congresswoman. She could be educated a little bit.
Good idea. Huge win for limited government. Senator Eric Schmitt, great to see you. Thanks for being with us tonight.
Anytime.